Anthropic released a new research regarding AI impacting jobs, especially in software development, because that is the main ahead where like this is where I like AI is going dominating in terms of uh, its capabilities, and we are seeing that, and people are using it. So again, AI impact on jobs, which is majorly on software developers and software engineers. Like and talk about like it was again an obvious one. Like we talked in the last podcast where computer science engineers, computer science students are the most used and early adopters of these AIs, and we were definitely where, like when the chat gpt first announced the first chat gpt when the first chat gpt was announced, we were the early adopters were it, and I am using from the first month when the chat gpt was released. So you can say that how we computer science students are definitely are the early adopters and we are definitely are going to the early adopters in terms of impact of jobs too. The reason is simple. AI is better at that, and why it is better at that is simply because of, I will say, the way it has been coded and the way it works. So, as we discussed in the how last episode about how CS students were computer science students were the early adopters. Same again here. Uh, AI is going to be the impact in the job of software engineers. So as you can see here, uh, with the chart they have provided, Anthropic chart. I will link down the research paper in the description. You can go check it out yourself too. So in this chart, you can see the top coding use cases that people are using it. That is so software developers. At the top, you can see it is software architecture and code guide, and it is both in it is colored in orange and blue. So basically, blue one is Claudia.ai and orange one is dot Claudia code. So basically, that is for specifically code. Um, Now, if you don't know what is software architecture and code design, basically asking AI to do this code for me and it will give you that. So that is what software architecture and code design means. So it like if you ask for AI, just give me a loop for this code, it will give and design a code for you. That is what it does. So software architecture and code designs were the top use cases, and it is definitely, I will say, mostly students where uh, because of that students are using it for just for simple question and direct getting information from like getting answers from it to just do their work quickly. I don't know how in job people are using it in terms of because there are strict policies. I will say definitely when it comes to using AI in office work, but yeah, small here and there work I don't mind. They are obviously doing it, but when it comes to students, they are definitely asking direct questions to AI and to give this code and write this code for me. Basically, for most of the people are cheating, and also most of the there are other students who are using it for benefit too. But direct question answer stuff is happening there. Like we talk about how cheating in AI is happening and how students are using it too in the last couple podcasts. So then there is UI, UX, component development, debug and performance optimization, web and mobile app. Like these are essential software like top things that most of the students are doing at college. So I think that is where the spikes are coming. And when you go again down, algorithm and data processing, file processing and management, this is where I feel like the company people are using it. Database development support, test automation and framework. This is where people within company are, I think, or who are doing jobs and trying to find out better solutions at in home. So I feel like you can get the quite a bit of idea how people are using uh, AI for coding. Then again, we have top programming languages where most of it is JavaScript, HTML, and Python. Again, these are the top languages or measures to like most of the students are learning with JavaScript and HTML both working together with web development. So you can definitely see a pattern there with Python, which is one of the easiest and most used language in all of the companies too. Then we have CSS, which is again, I will say, if you don't know CSS, it is like kind of an comes under HTML, like web development, which is much more used in terms of designing and UI UX, you can say. Then there are, like, as you go down, she has C hash, Java and PHP are, again, I will definitely say people in the companies are using it, and not much about their business is enterprise, much larger than the commercialization that they are doing with individual customers. But again, what they are trying to build is with the AI agents in future where they can sell their models to these big companies and work with collaboration with them, and with the assurance of, with the help of these AI agents, the work like the work production of your work will be 10x before, with less recruitment, like less with less people. So it is kind of an same logic again with these companies, and that is the major goal for next couple of years for these all AI models with this all AI companies that they are trying to get the work done, I will say, with who is going to be the first, who is going to be better in terms of business, especially doing that. And that is their major work, is like making AI models so powerful, and again selling those powerful AIs to those companies, especially in the software industry only, because that is where AI is good at right now, and selling those. And again, when it goes to AI agents, there definitely will be a job impact, and developers are going to be less in those companies, like less software engineers are going to be in a certain project. So there will be definitely recessions, there will be definitely a lot of layoffs where the structure is overall going to get destroyed and disrupted by these AI agents in next 5 to 6 years, mostly because mostly these are early adopters are mostly startups and individual developers. Big companies like, let's say, Meta, let's say even like, again, the software big companies, they are not going to be the early adopters mostly, because mostly the early adopters, they don't want to use AI this early just to be a flawed version of it, so they will definitely be vetted. And especially when it comes to a lot of other industries where prediction is a good thing, like especially in sports, it is going to be huge. AI stuff is going to happen. So again, net and net, the first industry that is going to get affected by the AI disruption jobs is basically the software developers and engineers, especially computer science, where due to the new agentic AIs, software developers will be definitely lower and lower according to how workflow is, because they want 10x work with less people with these AI agents, because this AI agent is going to cost them less than a human that is going to work there. And again, simple tasks, work that is done by humans right now, with even in coding, even in UI UX design, that jobs are definitely are going to get eliminated in next couple of years, like 5 to 6 years. I will definitely say, especially in terms of bigger companies in next decade, a lot of jobs are going to get so limited, and so again for the smaller companies, and big companies are going to take over definitely, and a lot of these jobs are going to get just not just reduced but completely disappear, and new jobs will appear, but we never know that. But a lot of these jobs are going to get definitely affected due to these agentic AIs, and those lot of jobs are going to come under software developers, software development people who do this kind of stuff. So yeah, again, like how I say that early adopters are not companies, not enterprises, but are startups and individual developers, which is kind of an interesting. Obviously, early adopters are not always enterprise, and they are definitely not the first. So yeah, I think uh, that is it. I will say for um, I think this topic I want to talk about, specifically of jobs and how AI is going to definitely affect the jobs. And the first job, I think we were obviously having prediction for last couple of 6 months, like which is the industry that AI is going to affect first, and that is definitely a software industry where software developers and engineers are going to this is where the first jobs are going to get affected. So be ready for that. I will definitely say people who are into software development, there is definitely going to be a new fields are definitely going to get opened with these new developments, where we need more people who understands AI, who will work for these big companies to make AI better. So I will definitely say a lot of degrees like artificial intelligence and data science one are going to get a high spike, uh, and computer engineers are going to definitely have much more lower demand, but it is a far future, I will definitely say. Whenever this kind of stuff happen, whenever this new big announcement happen with new AI, people talk about how the jobs are at, especially uh, young people are afraid like me, and people like I am doing this work, but I am also a student. So people who are doing software engineer, like they definitely get afraid due to this kind of stuff, that when people talk about, which is definitely not implement, like it is going to happen, but think of it is an kind of an practical and kind of an in terms of timeline how it is going to get integrated in work, because we have a lot of stuff to work on, and AI is not just going to get implemented in anywhere near, especially like that kind of a fast wave. We are as kind of an as a journalist who and doing commentary on AI for like past year, knows that we are making rules not just for our safety with this all technology comes up, but also we are making a lot of precautions, and that is our job, my job, to ask this question, have this discussion with you guys. uh, let me know your thoughts about this episode, about AI jobs, about the investment, about what political landscape that is going to get played in this whole system.